Okay guys, Nate with Backwoods Sniper Outdoors here. I'm going to be doing a reloading video today on how to reload 308 with the Lee Classic Reloading Kit. The components I will use today: one used rifle brass from 308, one CCI large rifle primer, one Hornady AMAX in 178 grain, and a specific amount of charge from Hodgdon BLC2. Let's get reloading. Okay guys, I'm going to start reloading here, and forgive me, it's really hard to get everything on frame using this equipment. So I'm going to try to do my best for you, and we'll see how it comes out. As of right now, these are my components. Right here is a CCI primer. Right there is a brass. Right there is a bullet. First, we have to start by depriming the used brass, because it is a used brass and it's not a new brass. So, to do that, we take this piece, the hole right down the middle, and we set the brass in it like so. You then take the depriming tool, which has a small needle-like tool at the end, and put it down the brass. With a couple swift hits from a hammer, in this case I'm using a ball-peen hammer, it will knock the primer out. And voila, my case is deprimed. Here's my used primer. I personally keep all my primers. I don't know why. I heard some people actually take them in for scrap, so I figured that's what I'll do. Then the next step is to actually clean out the primer pocket, which isn't necessary, but I do it anyway. Some people just claim it gives better accuracy. Personally, I'm reloading for hunting, although I no longer have my 308. These are going to be hunting rounds. I need to only be achieving necessarily about 1 MOA. We then take the sizing die, slide the brass in it like so, and pound it in with a hammer. Like I said, just a couple swift hits of the hammer until it's flat against the surface. You'll hear the difference when it's flat. It's flat against the surface. Then we take our new primer, and put it in the center of this tool. Like so. We then take our sizing die with our brass still in it and put it on top of that tool. Do your best to fit it in there. We then take the flat rod that we get, put it down the center of the sizing die into the brass. A couple of swift hits on this rod will then give you a primed case. The case is now primed. Pull the case out. As I said, you now have a primed case. Next thing is powder charge. I'm sorry, I don't feel safe giving you my exact powder charge, because I don't want to be held responsible if it's for some reason not safe in someone else's reloads. But it worked well in my gun. I get easily touching groups at 100 yards and about 1-inch groups at 200 yards. And that was out of a very standard off-the-shelf Savage, one of the cheapest models they offered. We then take our powder charge. As I said, I am using Hodgdon BLC2. It's a finer grain powder in my opinion. I'm not an expert in reloading, so I don't know what other powders look like. I don't have a powder funnel. I just do this very carefully. Put the powder down inside the case, trying not to let any fall out. I don't know what's wrong with this powder. It's been doing this lately for me, like it's clogging up. So now we have a charged case. I'm just trying to get all of it off the neck because it's sticking to the neck. I think I have a little lubrication in the sizing die, which shouldn't have happened, but I think it is in there. We then take our prime case, put it back in the head we used to deprime it, just as we did before, and then we slide our resizing die over that. You shouldn't feel any pressure like it's trying to resize it because we've already done that. You then take your bullet. As I said, today we're using a 178 grain AMAX. Slide it down the center of the hole and use the hollow end of this tool that we use to prime it. Slide that right on top of the bullet, and then we pound it in with a hammer. We do this until it touches the top of the sizing die. I've been having a lot of problems with it not coming out lately. That's our reloaded 308 cartridge, and that only took us about 5 minutes, and it wouldn't even take me that long if I wasn't doing a tutorial. One of these, once you get good on this style of reloading, should only take about 2 minutes. It works a lot better if you do it all at once, and if you do all the cases at once, say deprime them all, and then prime them all, and size them all. It's just the best way to do it. So, like I said, this is reloading with the Lee Classic Reloading Kit. I do suggest it for the beginning reloader. Just be safe when reloading. Don't do anything stupid. And follow a manual. Like I said, my components today were BLC2 by Hodgdon, a Hornady AMAX in 178 grain, and a large rifle primer from CCI. Thank you from all of us at Backwoods Sniper Outdoors, and please comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell us what kind of videos you like to see.